Yes, lads, it's that time of year that when the honeymoon period of FIFA has now slowly faded away, it is at this stage that people, creators, the community, start realising that things that they used to be able to deal with and cope with because, hey, it's a new FIFA, right? It very much fades away quite fast. That love, that excitement, the fact that, yeah, but it's new, it's building something new. It's not even Christmas yet. It's just turned December, and people are already losing their shit. 2 weeks ago, we had 89 skills. Okay, but he usually does do a video about FIFA ranting about it once every 3 months, so that's not really a surprise. Then we had Matashi Gamer, and even he's angry at the game. And now we've got one of the most respected creators in the entire scene, Nepenthez, of course. There's something about when Nepenthez does a video about FIFA and his thoughts on it. That's when I take it serious. In my own personal opinion, the views and the opinions of Nepenthez does represent a wide range of the community. And that if he is getting frustrated in it, then you can guarantee that a lot of the rest of the community are also getting annoyed of it as well. Last night, Nepenthez put out a video saying, "Dear EA Sports." So, what I'm going to do is respond back to his video, give him my kind of 2 cents on the things that he say, and there may be some things that I may also disagree with as well, as a person that is currently outside of the FIFA world in terms of playing it every day, grinding it each day. You guys seem to enjoy when we do these videos, these kind of sit down, let's talk videos, especially about FIFA, so give me your thoughts about the current scene, the current state of FIFA 23, down in the comments below, and if you're new here, subscribe and smash a like. And let's get straight into it. And of course, throughout the World Cup, the channel has been sponsored by Hitch. Hitch is a go-to place on iOS or Android for all your World Cup needs, because this is a great place to work your little noggin. What is Hitch, you may say? Well, Hitch is a platform where you can go and do World Cup quizzes, World Cup predictions, but with a twist. On Hitch, there's currency, which is called Hitch coins, and it may sound like it's very complicated, but it's really not. By successfully predicting World Cup quizzes, and also by successfully predicting World Cup games throughout the entire tournament, you win Hitch coins, and the better that you do, the more coins that you obtain. Now, what are these coins? These coins can be withdrawn for real life money. So for example, I'm currently doing a quiz right now, and for example, I'm doing the Wales versus the England quiz, which is a game for tomorrow. Which one is the Wales football crest? You know which one that is, of course. For which club did Rooney play the most during his career? Of course, Manchester United. And you can make these quizzes as easy or as hard as you possibly can. How many times has Wales ever took part in the World Cup? Which for some people could be quite hard. Of course, I know that it's actually 2, which is the correct answer. But for some people, they may not actually know that. And just like that, when the quiz is done, I got 100%. Obviously, and then you claim your rewards, and then when you're done, you can go over to the next quiz. If you guys have any spare time for the World Cup, I'd highly recommend this. Link is down below at top of the description for Hitch, and I hope you guys do enjoy. So here we go, dear EA Sports, and I believe this was just after the 6 PM content the other day. So, with that said, Los Gets.
Am I okay? I don't know what to say, mates. I said it the other day, I'll say it again. Sorry I'm out of focus, it's because I leaned back away from my camera. There's a lot to do in this game. There's loads of objectives, there's loads of player SBCs, there's loads of upgrade SBCs. But the problem is for the upgrade SBCs and the player SBCs, there's no reasonable way to accumulate fodder over a longer period of time, other than reward days and swap tokens. And then for the milestone and player SBCs, they're generally way behind the power curve to the point where nobody wants to do them for how hard it is to get them for how good they are in game. And it just leaves this game in a shambles, man. Like I say, man, I get it.
And that first 45 seconds is very well put together, to be fair. That's very well said in terms of the kind of all-around kind of where we are at this current stage, that without such things as League SBCs, all these SBCs that they're dropping each day for these 82 plus player picks or packs or whatever the hell they're dropping at this stage, there's no real way to complete them and recycle them without a way to get cards in the first place. And because everything in this game is so put towards untradables, the entire game is so set to untradables that it just ends up in a situation where you have no fodder, therefore what can you do? Well, you either spend multiple hours grinding the game to get some extra packs, which that in itself is ridiculous, or you know what else? Big boy cash.
I get it. Like, they're having, like, one of the best, you know, like, according to them, they're like loads of sales. Loads, like, they've sold more copies of FIFA, more people are playing FIFA than ever before. They're making more as much or more money than ever before. But it's like they just don't give a about the community that helps build their game and helps platform their game. It's like they're at a point where they're like, well, you guys can f off because we've got ours now. How do you know that? Because it's a public company, right? So all the information is public. Like, I literally...
That is one crazy thing that I also realised, that how much money EA makes. They make billions. Like, they make $1 billion on just FIFA Ultimate Team alone, or just Ultimate Team alone. They make over $1 billion. Do you know how much $1 billion is? Can you imagine $1 billion in front of you? You genuinely cannot imagine $1 billion in front of you, can you? I can't. It's a fucking lot. That's why it almost feels like a slap in the face when things are still behind the curve, when you realise how much money they make. Think about the opportunities that they can do with that type of resources. It just makes you think about what this game potentially could be. And as I said in the Matt HD Gamer video, they have your money now. They have my money, they have your money. They win. They could do whatever they want with the game, doesn't really matter, because they have your money now. And if you want to give them more money in FIFA points, then you would do it regardless of what they do in the game in the first place. Some people, they may actually leave, but some people are weak. They're weak. Because the thing is, people like to point fingers at the Nepenthez or Bateson or Castro, the content creators, right? Point fingers saying, it's because of you guys. It's because of you guys of why the game is the way it is right now, because you put money in the game. You feed EA money. Don't get it twisted, boys. These content creators are a fraction of the money that EA makes. And you may say, yeah, but what about the viewers that watch them? The viewers that watches Bateson or Castro, and for whatever reason may think, I'm going to put points on because of these guys, and they are also putting money, and they got someone good, so I want someone good as well. That in itself is still a fraction. The actual FIFA community that plays FIFA but doesn't watch FIFA content creators is huge. It's the main majority of people. You may not believe it, but the world's a big place. And not everyone is watching Castro's live streams, right? Or watching YouTube content for FIFA. They may watch it maybe once every now and then, for like maybe a play review or tactics kind of video. But that's it. No one's really people point fingers at content creators, when in reality, even if they didn't exist, the EA will still be making billions of pounds.
Exactly agree with that sentiment. Like, they have killed my enjoyment of this game. And listen, when we had League SBCs, I still found things to complain about the game. But guess what? I still sat on it hours and hours and hours every day because of League SBCs. But it is literally the case of, if you don't spend money, you don't matter.
It's been like that for years, but yeah, it's been like that forever. But League SBCs helped out a lot.
You're not important. Should be free to play at this point. Like, legitimately, Trey Wins, legitimately. This should not be a game that we spend 60, 70, 100 pounds on. This should be a game that you could just download and play for free, and then the microtransactions carry it. What happened? All we got today was marquee matchups and a daily SBC. That in itself isn't the problem. The problem is that we've had untradeable store packs that have had abysmal pack weight. All rewards and objective packs and everything is geared towards untradeable. Everything that was tradable has been minimized and downgraded. Marquee matchup packs now terrible because they're tradable. The gameplay content is awful and requires way too much time investment in horrible gameplay for cards that are way behind the power curve. The menu content is really good if there was a way to grind the players in the clubs, but there's not. You have to spend, or you have to spend your life on the transfer market, and people just can't do it. You can't have, like, I understand what EA will probably sit there and say, oh, not every SBC is meant for everybody. You know, there's some SBCs for people that love certain players, certain SBCs, etc., etc. But if that's the case, communicate that. Tell us that. Explain something to us, because last year and the year before and the year before, we could grind League SBCs and complete every League SBC, every SBC that came out, everything. We could do the menu gameplay because it wasn't extortionate to get an 82 rated player. You didn't need to play 20 games to get an 82 rated player that is so far behind the power curve it wouldn't even sell on the market.
Yeah, the milestone players. That right there, I love this. Like, when the Nepenthez does these videos, and he doesn't do it that often, maybe twice a year when he feels like he needs to. I think this could be the earliest I've ever seen the Nepenthez do this type of video, the EA Sports kind of rant kind of video. I think this is the earliest I've ever seen it, because, yeah, League SBC is carried massively. They carry, like, that's all I really played for back in like 2019. That's what I played for it mainly. Just grinded it like hell. Then I got the player for completing the SBC, the higher rated ones, to go put into an icon SBC and just grind it like that. He's spot on completely when it comes to actual gameplay. With the gameplay of this game, I've not played it really for the last month, I'll be honest with you. Like, the actual gameplay for FUT, I haven't. So I can't tell you what it is right now. From what I've seen online, that apparently it's kind of gone back to the way it used to be. Apparently there's been some patches, and then it's kind of become a counter-attacking simulator again, which is predictable, of course. That's kind of why I didn't really put too much time and effort into the game since, because I kind of knew that was going to happen nonetheless. And one day I may get back into it, maybe, for Team of the Year, whatever. But if I'm not even wanting to play it for the World Cup, then I don't know when I'm going to want to play it, I'll be honest. Because I look at this content and all I see is just time sinks. I value my time. I've got a daughter, I've got responsibilities, I go gym, I play football. I've got time. I've not got time to sink onto a video game that in reality is not worth the time that I put into it. I would rather go play COD. I'd rather go play Foot Manager. I'd rather go play Minecraft. If I F1. Like, I would rather do that than this, because the time that you put into it is not even guaranteed anything good, in reality. So I've spot on completely with everything you said so far, because whatever I say, I know that people may not take it with great value because I'm not living it every day. When the Nepenthez says it, I listen.
This year, these players are abysmal. They take way too long to get. Everything's on the floor in the market. Everything's untradeable. And the menus are dead because you can't grind anything. It's honestly just, we are in, like, 4 years ago, if you guys weren't playing this game 4 years ago, or 4 years more before that, right? You missed out on the best times in FIFA.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
The World Cup modes, they were the best. Everybody was looking forwards to the World Cup mode this year.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep.
The only complaint you could have was, I hope it wasn't like the last World Cup where they introduced the icon SBCs too early and everyone had an icon team within.
Yeah, that's what I said the entire time. It's spot on.
4 or 5 days. That was the only thing that was wrong with it. But the World Cup mode was just godly, right? So when they didn't give us a World Cup mode this year and instead gave us this absolute abomination of a screen, right? People in their heads are thinking, well, guess what? We're going to get insane content. It must be insane, the content that we're getting. It must be, because they've taken away the World Cup mode.
What's up, guys? Nepenthez here.
Instead, we're getting player picks from objectives and SBCs that were in the game 2 months ago. Yeah, we're getting Robert Lewandowski, who's way too expensive compared to his card. We're getting all of these SBCs that are here from for World Cup related content that are absolutely abysmal.
By the way, the amount of screens there is, the amount of SBCs there is, Christ almighty. How many SBCs? How do you expect people to complete these SBCs, may I say? Like, if you've not got League SBCs or a way to really get fodder in the first place, how are people meant to complete all of this? I mean, I guess that's the point. I guess you're not meant to, but Christ, man.
Dynamic duos for the World Cup, because they're nation themed, that are so they wouldn't even get into the teams. Like, if you're going to go down this route of making people spend money on FIFA points to be able to complete the SBCs, at least make the SBCs worth it. At least make this Wilson like 92 rated. Because
I mean, probably not 92 rated in December, but I get what you mean. But of course you don't want to. That's the thing that, in my opinion, less is more. I want less promos. I don't want this many promos, because I want less content each day. Because then when there is content, then it is wow. But that's a problem, because people don't play the game to actually play the game. They play it just to do menus. If they just had a League SBCs, and then they kind of slow down the content each day, but you saw the League SBCs, you keep on repeating and trying to do it like that, I guess. I feel like, I don't know, I would like that more, personally.
Who gives a if he's 92 rated anyway? Because every I play on this game has Al-Owaran and Mbappe and Form Haaland up front. So what difference does it make? You got Cristiano Ronaldo can't even sell on the market because no one gives a about him. I don't understand what they're going for. All they're doing is off the core community that build this game, that keep this game alive, that keep this game active. Because if you this group off, and I don't mean me or content creators, I mean you guys in my stream, you guys in Bait stream or Zway stream or Nick stream or Skill stream, you guys watching Pieface, or you guys watching Matt HD Gamer, whatever content creator you choose, whatever person you're watching, you're the people that are the foundation of this game. Because if you go to school or to work or to uni or something and you say, oh guys, did you get on FIFA last night because of this thing? You're spreading the good vibes for the game. And the casuals are like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let me go and have a look. But if instead you're going there and be like, man, this game is, don't bother getting that. It might take a year or two, but it will filter down and the game will just die out, man. I'm not saying they have to appease us individually for our own personal desires and needs on this game, but as a community, listen to what we want, man. Give us something, because this game is it's and it's sad, man.
Wow.
Me.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Wow. I'm almost taken aback here. I don't think I've ever seen him so angry. And the fact that it's so early in the cycle for him to be also doing this as well is crazy as well. The fact that it's so early in the game cycle that he's already losing it like this is nuts. It's nuts, man. People saying in comments, saying that I feel sorry for the younger generation who missed out on the golden time. It feels FIFA 17, 18, 19. Well, before that, of course, FIFA, I guess the golden era, of course, is FIFA 12 to FIFA 15. With coin sellers, coin sponsors everywhere, thriving. You can go and just do whatever you want. Wages, pink slips. I love wages and pink slips. For me, the game kind of died at wages and pink slips for a bit. And then they brought FUT Champions, and I love that competitive edge. And being on my stream. I don't even stream anymore. Because it's If I don't care about FIFA, then how would anyone else care about FIFA? You know what I mean? I don't play it, and I don't feel the need to grind in the way that content creator. I speak to these people. I've been in the scene for a long time. I've met pretty much all the content creators that you could think of, right? Over than like 3 or 4, right? They all think the same way. They don't enjoy the game. They do it because they have to. That's the reality. That's the truth of it, right? That's the truth of it. Most content creators play the game because it's their job. And they have to play the game. And they say that, well, I could be doing worse things for a job, right? And that's not incorrect. But even still in the same sense, when he's saying just give us something, at that stage, I don't even know what that is anymore. Because the community has been given so much. And I don't want to just repeat the same things that I said in my Master Chief Gamer response video. But at what stage is it kind of too much? They give you too much. If the gameplay is you don't enjoy it, then I don't know why you're playing this game. Like, what did we used to do back in the day? Play the game. Even just not even that long ago, FIFA 19, the gameplay was not the greatest. But you had the League SBCs and that you could grind at. You had the Icon SBCs where you could grind at, and it's realistic to also grind as well. And that, I had a fun time in 19. I remember having a lot of fun. I took a little break, and I came back, had a laugh. Yeah. If you spend your time in this game and you grind it, then I have respect for you because I don't know how you do it. When I look at it, it's not worth my time. Maybe you've got a lot of time in your hands, so you just think it might as well. I just don't know how you guys do it. I don't. I'll see, yeah. I'll see you guys in another video, because this video by Nepenthez, it's great. The only sad thing or bad thing I can say about it to Nepenthez is that I wish that it was longer. I wish that it was 20 minutes long. I wish that Nepenthez could do a podcast episode with, if it's Skills, if it's Nick, whoever. I would love to hear that. And I think everyone else would as well. So, yeah. It's sad, man.